Hello once again, you are welcome to Science Quiz Explorer TV. In this video, we are going to discuss about ecology. Ecology is a study of relationship between living organisms and the environment. The term ecology also helps us to understand how life on the earth is interconnected. For example, forests, lakes or cities all are examples of ecosystem. Let's focus on 4 sections about ecology. Section number 1, levels of ecological organization. Section 2, components of an ecosystem. Section number 3, energy flow and food relationships. Section number 4, interconnections among organisms. And section number 5, human impact on ecology. Section number 1, what do you understand by the following terms? Organism, population, community, ecosystem, and biosphere. Organism, it is a single living thing. For example, a single insect of bee. And population is a group of the same species in an area. For example, a group of bees or swarm, with dogs in the forest, sharks in the lakes, and people living in the cities. All of these are examples of population. Let's talk about community. Community means all living organisms in an area. What you have to note, community can be the same or different species. For example, forest with zebras, bacteria and fungi, grassland beds, all are examples of community in a given area. Let's talk about ecosystem. Ecosystem include living or biotic components and non-living or abiotic components interacting together. Components of ecosystem. Biotic components of ecosystem, they include, for example, producers like plants or algae. Biotic component, they can include also consumers. Consumers can be carnivorous or herbivorous. They can also include decomposers such as bacteria and fungi. The second component of ecosystem, it is abiotic or non-living things. They include components such as sunlight, water, soil, air, and minerals. Let's understand about biosphere. Biosphere plays a central role in ecosystem because it includes all living organisms on the earth, plants, animals, and microorganisms. For example, biosphere plays the role of supporting life. It provides the environment and resources like air, water, and nutrients. The second role, it is nutrient cycling. Biosphere help transfer and circle energy through food chain and food webs. Number 3, they play a central role of energy flow. The biosphere help recycle essential elements such as carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen through biological processes like photosynthesis and respiration. Number 4, biosphere maintains the balance in an ecosystem. Living organisms regulate gases in atmosphere and maintain ecological balance. Section number 3, energy flow and food relationships. In this section, we are going to look about food chain, food web, trophic level, and energy pyramid. Let us start by food chain. Food chain, it is a series which shows how organisms depend on the next as the source of the food. And food web, it is the complex network of interconnected food chain. For example, the diagram number 1 shows food chain and diagram number 2 shows food web. Let's talk about trophic level. It shows the hierarchical level in an ecosystem. As you can see on our pyramid, We have producer, primary consumer, secondary consumer, and tertiary consumer. As well as you can see, plants it is a producer, antelope it is primary consumer because it feeds on plants, and fox it is secondary consumer because it feeds on antelope, and also bacteria it is tertiary consumer because it decomposes or feeds on fox. Section number 4. Interaction among organisms. In this section, we will understand the terms like predation. Predation, it is when one organism kills and eating another. For example, when a snake kills and eats another, or when a crab eating a fish. Number 2. Competition. We say competition when organisms fight for the same resources. Another term you have to understand, it is symbiosis, means living together of different biological species, and those species can be plants or animals. You have to note that we have 3 types of symbiosis. The first type is commensalism. Commensalism is when one organism benefits and other not affected. For example, birds on the nest, cattle egrets on cattle taking an insect. The second type, it is parasitism. Parasitism means one organism benefits and other is harmed. For example, birds pollinating a flower and pets on the dog. It means they are examples of parasitism. Section number 5. Human impact on ecology. The first human impact on ecology, it is deforestation. Cutting down trees causes the destruction of wildlife. The second one, it is air pollution. Pollution causes atmospheric life to be damaged or polluted. The third one, it is global warming and habitat destruction. Let me just pose a question. Is there an importance of conserving and sustainable living organisms? Yes, of course. Planting trees is the best way of conserving habitat and the environment. And the role of people is conserving and take care of environment. Protecting our environment means protecting ourselves because we are part of the ecosystem. Let's take summary of what you have seen. As you can see, the table below shows the summary of all we have seen. Organism, population, community, ecosystem, and biosphere. They shows and summarize of what you have seen. What also you have to note, ecologist is a scientist who studies all about ecology. Thanks for watching. See you in the next. I will upload the test about this content. Thank you.